Welcome you guys to our preview every single NFL team for the 2023 season. We're still in the AFC North here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, especially in 2022, and there was a new era in Pittsburgh. There was no Big Ben anymore in Pittsburgh, so again there was a lot of changes going on in the team with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has to get himself a quarterback in the 2022 draft class. Now you look at the 2022 draft class, wasn't the best, but again, you look at Kenny Pickett, he was the first round pick in 2022, and again, you start week one with Mitch Trubisky, the guy that Bears fans thought he was the savior, always the savior. No, Mitch Trubisky fucking sucks. You got, people online say, oh, Matt Canada's a bad play caller. He's the bad play caller. He was doing bad plays because Mitch Trubisky was a quarterback. You know what I mean? He's a secondary quarterback at best. But then finally, Mike Tomlin finally gives Kenny Pickett a run in the team, and he does well in his first year. They get third in the AFC North, miss out on the playoffs this year. But again, Mike Tomlin never finishes an NFL season on a losing record. Like, if you go back, nearly 17 years he's been head coach for the Steelers now, and he's never finished a regular season on a losing record, and that's pretty impressive for what he's done. But then you look at really 2022 as well. They got rid of Chase Claypool to the Bears for a second round pick and stuff like that. So they really changed some of their team. Got rid of Chase Claypool because he wasn't in their plans anymore. And then you go on to this 2023 draft, and what did they get in the first round? They needed somebody to help to protect Kenny Pickett on the in the trenches, and in the trenches, the offensive side of the ball, and they go for the first round pick, Broderick Jones Jr. Broderick Jones, offensive tackle from Georgia. Now you look at this offensive tackling class, Peter Gronkowski. You look at Darnell Wright. There's a lot of other good in this offensive line class, offensive tackle / offensive line. There's a lot of great talent in there, but you've got Broderick Jones in the first round, which is a good addition. He's going to help in the trenches. He's going to protect Kenny Pickett at the quarterback position. In the second round, you get Joey Porter Jr. His dad, Joey Porter Sr. So again, he was in the NFL for a while. His dad, Joey Porter Sr., and then now his son is following in his dad's footsteps, and he was a second round pick from Penn State as a cornerback. He got a cornerback class as well. He was one of the top prospects, I think, in the cornerback class this year. But he was a good addition to help that defensive side of the ball for the Steelers, and he's for Mike Tomlin again. I'm interested to see how Mike Tomlin gets the best out of Joey Porter Jr. His dad was a former Steelers himself, so it's good to see. It's like, well, you see his old man, he was like a Steeler, he was played at Steelers, and now his son's following in the footsteps. But again, he's a second round pick. I look at Joey Porter Jr., he's got to be cornerback. He's got to be cornerback one. He's got to be starting the first game. I don't want to see what we saw last year, where especially where you have these guys in the NFL where they get drafted and they're sitting behind somebody else. Like, no, play the guys, because these guys are not going to learn by sitting on the bench watching tape. Joey Porter Jr. is a starter at the defensive side of the ball. He should be starting. And then they got Keeanu Benton. He's a defensive tackle from Wisconsin. Another good addition to that. And I think really the steal of this draft for the Steelers is getting Darnell Washington at tight end in the third round. That was really what shocked me, is that Darnell Washington was a steal in the third round. Like, people were passing on this guy in the draft class. Like, people that needed the tight end positions, a lot of teams that would have benefited from a Darnell Washington going at tight end missed out hugely on him. That's a steal. No pun intended, but that was a steal by the Steelers. to get him in the 3rd round, him to be still in the 3rd round. That was just a great thing by Mike Tomlin and the front office to get him at tight end. Was great. They got also they worked on more defensive side of the ball, more defensive players in the draft, which was Nick Herbig, an edge from Wisconsin. Again, I could see him being a starter at the edge position. They got Spencer Anderson, who's going to help in the trenches with Broderick Jones. He's probably going to be offensive tackle. He's going to be probably secondary offensive tackle, but I think he's a good addition for Maryland. And then the last pick of the draft, they got Cory Trice, who I'm a fan of. This was a good addition. I could see him getting a couple of games in this season. Cory Trice from Purdue. He looks good on tape. I've seen him on tape. He looks good. Not the full product yet, like most of these guys are in the draft, but there's something in Cory Trice that you could get something out of. You could use him for a CB3, CB2, CB3. He's a guy that you could. Again, he's not the full package yet, but you've got a good talent on your hands. I think, in my opinion, I think he looks pretty good. He's not got all his tools sharpened up yet, but when he does, he could be a good talent, a good hidden gem from the Steelers again. Then you look at they already have the future quarterbacking pickets. Like I said, they got George Pickens last year, wide receiver. That was a good addition. I'm glad that they're building. They have the face of the franchise, which is Kenny Pickett. They had George Pickens, who's going to be the weapon for Kenny Pickett, like it was last year. And then you added some more people in. You have Fitzpatrick came in from the then she came from the Vikings, another wide receiver. Des Fitzpatrick came in. He's another wide receiver. And then Allen Robinson comes in. Again, he had a bad season with the Rams. But again, the Rams overall had a really bad season. But Allen Robinson coming in, he's a good hand to have. Got experience. He's going to help. He's going to be pushing George Pickens at that wide receiver position. But overall, where I think they're going to finish for the Steelers in the AFC North, it's going to be hard because both Baltimore have got their shit together this offseason and in the draft. They've done some good stuff in the offseason. The Bengals are probably going to win the division. I'm going to say 2nd for the Steelers. I think they're going to go 2nd, maybe 3rd, but I think it's going to be between. The Bengals are going to win the division between either. It's either between the Ravens and the Steelers who get 2nd and 3rd. So, yeah. Peace.